Okay, before we start sewing, we're actually going to put straight pins here so that it stays straight all the way, even all the way down, and we're going to use black thread for our dress. But you don't have to use straight pins if you're going to use a sewing machine. Just put it on the sewing machine and sew that up. I'm going to actually do this by hand. Okay, as you can see, I'm just going to sit here and sew a hem all the way down, and if you have a sewing machine you can do the same thing. I'm just going to hand sew it, just a simple little stitch, and my stitches, as you can see, are very close together because this is the seam in the back of the dress and I want it to stay together. So I'm going to sew the stitches real close together. Okay, you can see we just sewed a nice little hem right here to get the seam. And I didn't sew it all the way here, and I didn't sew it all the way here. And then we're going to run it this way, and you can see seam. And we didn't line anything up because we thought it would give it a cool effect in the back, like that. And then I'm going to show you how to connect it to the tank top. Okay, I wanted to show you this step because it'll be a little confusing when I put it on. I have my tank top inside out and laid on here, and I've got my fabric laid out, and I'm using my ironing table right now. So you're going to put your tank top inside out and lay it on your fabric, and your fabric's right side out. Okay? Now I'm going to show you how to connect it. Okay, now you can see that I've taken the inside out tank top on the right side of the fabric and I've put it on so that we have a little bit of fabric in the back of our tank top. Okay, now you need to make sure that your seam is in the right area right here, and that'll be where we put our first pin, and then I'm going to show you how to make the pleats all the way around. Okay, you can see I pinned my seam right here because I don't really want it to go anywhere. I want it to kind of be in the very back where my tag is. Now all you're going to do is you have your tank top and you have your fabric for the skirt, and you're going to pleat it over. Did you see how I did that? I folded it in, and then I'm just going to pin it. And you'll notice you'll have a lot of material in here, and that's okay because it makes for more pleats. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it'll be so pretty once you get it on and have all those pleats through it. And you're just going to go through and bunch up the material here like that, and you're going to just pin it all the way around the material. Okay, now that we have pinned it all the way around, you can see how I've made the pleats. It looks like little ruffles on the inside. Okay, so when you pull this up, if you want to check it out, what it's going to look like, you can see just like that. After you get it all sewn in, it will look like that. You can see how your pleats are. So now we're just going to fold this back down. We're going to sew this the same way we sewed the seam. You can put this on the machine, hook it up, and it'll go faster for you. But again, I'm just going to use my needle and thread and hand sew it all the way around. Okay, now we've sewn it all the way around, and we're going to turn it the right way. And we have our dress like that. You can see the pleats here. We'll have our model put it back on so we can hem it. And you can see now what it looks like on the model. You can see here the pleats. The pleats look like there. And you can see we've got it right underneath her bust where she wanted it. So if you turn sideways, you can see how it comes out all the way. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hem it because she wants it to be a little bit shorter than the length that we have. Okay, now we're going to hem it because she wants it up a little short so that it pulls away from her. Okay, so we've got it. You can see we've got good length up here. We will cut the excess off when we're done. But we're just going to hem that, or pin this right here. Okay, because that's kind of where she wants it. And we're going to do that all the way around. If you don't have a model, you can use your measuring tape and measure the length that you put your first pin, lay your material out, and measure it all the way around, like that. Okay, you can see I've got all the pins all the way around. We have our excess material hanging down here, and we'll just cut that off after I get it hemmed up. Okay, now that we've finished our hem, you see I've hemmed the bottom of this dress all the way around. Okay, and I ended up with a lot of excess material, so I'm just going to go and I'm going to cut it all off because I don't need it. So that's what you can do right now. If you have a lot of it, you can just go and cut it all off. And here's the dress completed. You can see, you can turn around this model. See, let's go sideways. You can see how nicely it's done. And that's how you make that dress.